Sometimes, the first sign of a crisis is not a police report. It is a social media post, a cry for help, a warning, a public accusation that cannot be taken back. On February 11, 2026, at exactly 7:48 p.m., a successful Nigerian businesswoman went live online with a message that would ignite controversy across social media. She said if anything happened to her, her husband should be held responsible. This is Crime HQ, and tonight we examine the allegations, the counterclaims, and the unanswered questions in the case of Esther Okereke, CEO of HairhouseNigeria. At 7:48 p.m. on February 11th, Esther Okereke posted a video to her business page captioned, "At this point, I won't be silent anymore. I need help. I'm coming with my story." In the video, she alleged that her husband, Justice Okereke of Ospiala town, had been maltreating her for 8 years. She claimed that after returning from Vietnam, she discovered that her husband had taken her house property documents and left their home. She further stated that if anything happened to her, Justice Okereke should be held responsible. It was not just a marital complaint. It was a public alarm. The next morning, February 12, 2026, at 10:36 a.m., another video surfaced. Esther was seen being admitted into a hospital. In that video, she stated that since she married, she had not had rest. She further alleged that her husband, along with his cousin, Hugo Oguzi Gladson, physically assaulted her after she demanded her property documents. According to her claim, it was 2 men against 1 woman. The narrative spread quickly. A successful female entrepreneur, alleged domestic abuse, property documents, hospital admission. Social media reacted almost instantly, but within hours the story took a dramatic turn. Esther's sister-in-law, identified online as Quinchiba Okisis, publicly challenged her claims. She identified herself openly as Justice Okereke's sister and insisted that the allegations were completely false. According to her detailed post, Justice Okereke was neither wealthy nor poor, just hardworking. He supported Esther's business from the beginning. He allegedly introduced her to a major hair supplier who provided container loads of hair on credit. She claimed Esther multiplied those opportunities and built her success. More explosively, she alleged that Esther had been the aggressor throughout their 8-year marriage. She claimed Justice never physically assaulted his wife, not once. She alleged that the blood seen on Esther's clothing was actually from the husband's cousin, whom Esther reportedly headbutted during a confrontation. According to this version, the cousin had been recording a dispute when Esther allegedly struck him in the mouth, causing his blood to stain her clothing. The sister-in-law further alleged that Esther destroyed his phone to erase evidence of her own alleged domestic violence. And then came a striking statement. "My brother's name is Justice Okereke, and his name will fight for him." Adding another layer, an individual identifying as a neighbor claimed to have witnessed a previous altercation. The neighbor alleged Esther often spoke to her husband in a condescending manner. She was angry that he recorded her during a quarrel. She headbutted him, causing blood to gush from his mouth. The blood seen on her clothes belonged to him. According to the neighbor, Esther came out first because social media tends to believe the first version of events. Perhaps the most puzzling aspect of this case lies in Esther's own past posts. In January 2024, she publicly praised her husband. "Abeg make owner help me say a prayer for this man that changed my life." She described him as someone who believed in her, supported her, and helped elevate her business. In September 2025, she wrote, "The bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh, my backbone, my support system." She credited him for helping her grow HairhouseNigeria and thanked him for not stopping her wings from flying. The same husband she once described as her covering and support system was now publicly accused of abuse. There are critical facts to remember. At the time of these claims, no court had ruled. No official investigative findings had been publicly released. What exists are competing narratives. On one side, a businesswoman alleging 8 years of maltreatment and recent assault. On the other, family members and a neighbor alleging she was the aggressor and that the narrative was reversed. Domestic disputes are rarely simple. They are layered with emotion, history, pride, reputation, and sometimes financial stakes. This marriage reportedly began after just 8 days of knowing each other. 8 days. It lasted 8 years. What happened between those two numbers may hold the key to understanding this case. Was there a history of mutual conflict? Were there prior reports to authorities? Is there documented medical evidence? What truly happened the night of the alleged assault? Where are the property documents now? And perhaps most importantly, why did this conflict move to social media before reaching a courtroom? In the digital age, accusation can precede investigation. Once a name trends online, reputations can fracture overnight. The first narrative often shapes public opinion but not necessarily the truth. This case reminds us how fragile public image can be, how quickly support can turn into suspicion, how social media can become both shield and sword. At Crime HQ, we do not declare guilt. We examine facts, we present claims, and we wait for evidence to speak louder than emotion. The Esther Okereke case is still unfolding. But one thing is certain: once allegations go public, there is no undoing them. If investigations confirm abuse, justice must follow. If allegations are proven false, reputations must be restored. Because in cases like this, truth matters more than virality. This is Crime HQ, where every story has layers, and we uncover them carefully. If you believe justice deserves patience and facts, subscribe to Crime HQ. Turn on notifications. And remember, the first story you hear is not always the full story.
In case anything happens to me, you people should know that Justice Okereke is a Chimere from Okpala town in Ngokpala local government area of Imo State killed me. In case anything happens to me, know that justice wants to kill me, to take over my house and my property. I came back from Vietnam. Justice has carried my documents and ran away from the house. He has been maltreating me for the past 8 years I got married. Him and his family. And I said, I'm tired of the marriage. I want to divorce. I'm no longer interested. Justice wants to kill me. I got back from Vietnam where I went to do business. Since we are married, I never rest. Since I'm married, I never rest. She brings me out before me. Because if that's from my